Brers.
What's cracking, everybody? Happy Thursday. How are you? Hope you're enjoying your Thursday. You could follow along on all Disruption Network social media platforms. Shout out to my sponsors. If not for my sponsors, this podcast is not possible. Thank you so much to EJA Moving Services, the professional movers. When you're ready to move and relocate, hit up Eddie and his fine staff at 315-335-0516. They'll pretty much move anything. You got a piano, they'll move it. You got a stuffed elephant, they'll move it. You want to move your mother into a nursing home, they'll move her. You got a band that needs gear to be moved to another gig, they'll move it. They'll do anything. EJAMoving.com is where you can find them online. Also, big shout out to Joey's at 307. That's 307 Mohawk Street. You want a good meal this weekend, give them a call today. Set up a table, set up a reservation. Tell them Uncle Z sent you, and you can dial the number 315-864-3527 or watch them online at 315eat.com. Also, shout out to my peoples over at Ballsy. Look, I got a new shirt. If you want to be ballsy yourself, you could go to ballwash.com. Use promo code members only for a 15% discount. Get yourself some ball wash, some deodorant, some face soap, they got all this bunch of great stuff for men hygiene. Take care of your private areas, if you will. You go to ballwash.com, promo code members only, 15% discount. Also, shout out to Utica Coffee, Saranac Brewery, my attorney Dave Longaretta, and Billy the Liquor Guy. Can't forget about Billy the Liquor Guy. He's got a great book out there on Amazon. If you go to Amazon and search Under Too Long, you're going to see a great book about undercover agents and bombs and drugs and untaxed cigarettes and infiltrating biker gangs. So if that's in your wheelhouse, go check out Under Too Long on Amazon. Shout out to Billy the Liquor Guy. Dan Sisti in the house with me today. What up, brother? It's good to see you, man.
How you doing, bud?
Great shirt. Rocking the House of Guitars today.
You know it.
Yes, and also...
Yeah, you got a new shirt, too.
Yeah, I was just going to say, man, thank you so much, man. I got 2 new T-shirts today. One, I'm being ballsy, and 2... The brothers, Les Brers. I love it. Thank you so much, man, for the T-shirt.
It's your birthday present. Happy belated birthday, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much. You guys were rocking out at the Celtic Harp a couple weeks ago.
We'll be rocking out there in a couple weeks, too.
Yes?
We'll get to that later, though.
Les Brers?
Yep.
Oh, beautiful.
Another show coming up.
All right, I'm excited. It's a great setting over there at the Harp. It's a great stage, cool little setup. TP's really cool.
Best outdoor venue around.
Yeah, it really is.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. Speaking of outdoor venues, we got a big festival happening this week in Bowkville.
Woods Fest 3.
That's it. They had to move it to Bowkville, unfortunately, because Westernville got rocked by a tornado or a microburst or some kind of storm.
They said in 6 minutes, Westernville changed forever.
Wow.
They'll never get it back.
Wow.
There's some beautiful old homes up there, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And some of the pictures that I saw were just devastating.
Oh, yeah.
Heartbreaking. And what happened to Tim, our good friend Tim Woods over at Woods Valley.
Tim's the best.
He really is, man. And his place got wrecked pretty bad. They ripping off roofs of his garage and whatnot. And it forced him to move this concert to Bowkville. And Cedar House.
Cider House Campground.
Cider House Campground, yep. And that's on Route 20 in Bowkville. So come on down. I mean, there's going to be so much great music, and that's the reason why you're here today,
that's
my
right.
friend.
Pump up the Woods Fest. First of all, this is actually the 3rd Woods Fest. Mm-hmm. We've done the first 2 with them. Last year, obviously, got canceled.
Yeah.
Then this year, the Gods tried to do it again. And, Tim's a resilient guy. So.
Yeah.
So they did. They moved it to Bowkville. I drove by there today. The stages are set up, and I think the public parking, you have to actually go by to it's Canal Street, right across from the Landmark Restaurant, and you go down to Canal Street, and that's the parking area down there.
Cool.
But the gates open at 10. Saturday,
yep.
Saturday.
It's Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday, yes. Yep. They made it 2 days this year. Mm-hmm. Years past, we've had a blast there.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah, they've done a great job. Matthew Strong with the I got to check my notes
Strong
here.
Rooted Entertainment.
Strong rooted and very good.
Yeah.
I don't have to check my notes.
You don't have to check your notes.
Check with you.
Not on that. But you will probably have to refer to your notes a little bit down this podcast.
Yes, probably, because I can't refer to my brain because it's not there. Matthew has done a yeoman's job. He's I can only imagine the phone calls and emails and back and forth and back and forth. Oh, we want this and we want that, and but it's. I do want to mention that the ticketing company is donating 50% of the ticket sales proceeds back to the funding, to rebuild Westernville.
Oh, that's cool.
And I know I have a few of the corporate sponsors here. I know there's more. I have Bremer's Audiology, the Adirondack Bank, the Community Bank, and there's a list of them. I don't have it handy, but there's a lot of corporate sponsorship that are helping out. We did what we thought was, what we agreed on for our fee. We're just going to donate it back.
Are you?
Yes.
Les Brers, that is.
Yes.
Yes.
It's for a great cause. I mean,
that's awesome.
You
man.
see, it's not always about the money,
right?
It's so as far as the schedule goes, I don't have the exact schedule. I know our set will be around 3:00 on Saturday the 7th.
Awesome.
And they have they do it well. There's 2 stages set up. There's actually 3 stages. One's up towards the front, towards Route 20, and that's the ticketing company stage. And there's going to be a few things going on there, including the pre-fest party tomorrow night at 7:00 tomorrow. They've got, let me check my notes here.
Copper Vein Clones is playing, and Ted Cosmic, which is Ted from Raisinhead, is coming in, and there's like a bunch of all-star people coming in to jam with them tonight. Right. Or tomorrow night. I'm sorry, tomorrow night.
And it's a mere $5 to get into that party.
Nice.
And you can get so there's camping available for the whole weekend.
Yeah.
The ticketing is that you can go. Let me check my notes.
Yeah, go ahead. I like that you're prepared.
Yeah, I put it all on my phone.
Well, you're prepared though. Most people are just like, I don't know, just check the website. But you actually are going to have information.
Right. I'm working on it. The ticketing company is you go to their website and you can purchase tickets pre-show. Ticketing company, what's it called? I was hoping you'd know this one.
No, I didn't know this one. Sorry, bro.
Anyways,
just leave your notes open. Just leave them open.
Yeah. So they have they have the 2 stages set up in the back of the field.
Yep.
It looks like there's plenty of room. Set up your chairs, whatever you want to set up, and then there's a tent camping area. There's RV hookups in another area.
Oh wow!
So yeah, if you got your condo on wheels, come on out and spend the weekend. You can buy weekend passes. I think it's a day pass is like $45.
Okay.
And the weekend is significantly cheaper if you want to go.
Yeah. Totally worth it because there's so many great bands playing this weekend.
I got to be totally honest with you. I'm not familiar with a lot of them.
I know most of them.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are like Roots of Creation. Is just, they're a powerhouse.
Yeah. Yes.
And they play mainly like a reggae type of band, but they get into rock and roll, and they're very broad with their genres of music that they play. Great band. Jim Cotta coming back too.
Yep.
And Jim Cotta was a really big band at the Electric Company back in the day.
Oh, really?
They used to pack the house for me for years and years and years. And they stopped playing for a while. They actually broke up, but COVID brought them back together.
Really?
Yeah, COVID brought them back together. Right? So they're going to come back. Annie in the Water, of course.
Nina's Brew, another good band.
Les Brers.
Oh, yeah, those guys.
Trampoline Jetstream will also be there. Good friends of ours.
Okay, good.
Kids are killing it. And also Wade, which is Mikey Powell and John Hannes from the Black River, and Adam Mannion on drums from Trampoline Jetstream. And Wade they're going to be the sleeper of the whole weekend. They're going to be the ones that everybody's going to be talking about.
All right. That sounds great. Like I said, if anybody feels that you can give a little, help out the town, village of Westernville. They were literally, it was devastating.
Yeah.
They said in 6 seconds, just wiped out the. Yep.
Was it considered a tornado?
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just destroyed that whole town.
Well, the odd thing, I mean, remember back in the old days, if there was a tornado, funnel cloud, it touched down every 20 years. It was big. We had 2 within a week.
I know.
We had one in Cazenovia
Right.
the week before they hit Westernville.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
But
crazy.
there's no such thing as climate change.
No.
But we'll go down that rabbit hole some other time. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to ruffle some feathers with that conversation.
No,
but
I know, and it's another subject I'm totally ignorant on. So, but you could write a book on those subjects. Things I know nothing about. Pretty much everything.
Man, how's it feel, man? How's your COVID been? Is it good to get back into the swing of things?
It's great, but I realized after taking a year off from playing live music how old I am. We do 2 nights in a row, and I'm like, I need recovery time, hospital bed. It's just but it is great to be back playing again. And I see, looking around, if we were playing at one venue and then down this, every place is packing them in. People have really missed live music.
Yeah, it's true, man.
You don't realize what a important part of your life it is.
Yeah.
Certainly for me, it's it's like every day I get another email and hey, we're playing this. Can we do this night? Can we do this night here? Which is great, because I thought for a while that it was going to be the death knell especially for bands in bars, when they were talking about, well, we can only run at 25% occupancy or 50%. They just can't afford. And I know places are reluctant to charge admission. It's a real draw in itself. You come in and see the band. If you don't like them, you just leave. You don't lose anything.
Right.
I like to think that won't happen to us, but I mean, even anything to cover some, because you don't want to be paying a band out of your till before you start.
Right.
You start out behind the 8 ball. But no, it's been every place we played. It's with any of the bands, we've had a great turnout.
Yeah, you're right too about places being packed and people jonesing for that live music.
Yeah.
Same thing. I mean, I've been out a lot this summer just supporting the locals, and it seems like there's been great crowds all across the board.
You do that, man, and we all appreciate it.
Oh, of course, man.
When I saw your
support.
smiling face at the harp that night.
I was only smiling because I was drunk.
Well,
no, I'm kidding.
That wasn't the only reason.
That wasn't the only reason. No, it was great. That was a lot of fun over at the Harp. And shout out to the venue owners, too, because it takes a lot to put on a show.
Yeah.
It's not you just set up a gig and go. You got to promote it, and you got to hire staffing. You got to make sure you got enough inventory, and then the tear down. And just, I mean, and staffing's such a big problem.
It is. I don't know of one restaurant that says, oh, we've got too many people on. They're all hurting. They're all, it's. We're not going to go down that road either,
right.
Okay?
No, but we are here to talk about Woods Fest. It's going on this weekend, and shout out to it's Cider House Campground.
Cider House Campground.
Cider House Campgrounds, because they stepped up and they took over, and they're going to host Woods Fest this weekend over there on Route 20.
And this is a week before the big antique week in Bowkville.
Oh wow, is it?
So that's going on next week. So they're the week of the 16th to the. So I mean, they're already gearing up for that. That's their big week of the whole year.
Yeah, they're probably going to leave everything up then, right?
Maybe.
Would imagine.
I would throw some bands in there for the weekend. Bowkville week, the antiques. I mean, we're all antiques, right?
Have you ever frequent the Antique Fest?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah?
Yeah. I actually work part-time for a local antique dealer.
Do you?
Yeah, can I say the name?
Yeah, of course.
I work for the Potting Shed Antiques in Whitesboro. Don and Nancy Hartman have been doing it for 46 or 47 years now. And they go to Bowkville every year for the June and August show. That's another thing last year, all these antique dealers. And that show, that hurt a lot of people there. Not having that.
Right.
The small towns on that way, Madison and Morrisville.
Just the economic impact alone on that town really hurts when you don't have that event.
Sure.
And now that it's coming back, hopefully that economic impact increases.
Well, they
three times as much.
They did the June show and it went well.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, no, it's fun to just wander around and look at this stuff.
Yeah. What do you like checking out when you go look at the antiques? Instruments.
Those. I'm a toys and games, board games guy. Though.
Are you?
Yeah, yeah. Collect old toys and vintage board games.
What's the popular board game on the antique circuit?
Well, I did just pick up the Barnabas Collins Dark Shadows game. That's a big one.
Really?
Oh yeah, it is. But anything vintage. In fact, a lot of places, like the bars, they're using the game boards to decorate.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
kind of like albums too.
Right.
People are using albums for like pictures to hang in their house and.
Yeah, and as far as like collectability, the better the graphics, the better the item's going to sell. It's important.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got a lot of the old TV, Dr. Kildare game and Combat, all the old TV shows,
That's awesome.
But,
You're
yeah.
a big sports guy too. Do you collect like baseball cards or any of that?
Yeah,
or?
not anymore.
Not anymore.
That's when my mother threw them all out. We would have Mickey Mantle's rookie card in our bicycle spokes.
Oh man.
Yeah, we had them all.
Yeah.
Baseball cards and comic books. Mm-hmm. First Spider-Man.
And thinking back then when you were kids, not knowing this thing had any value to it whatsoever, you would have never put it in your spokes in your bike.
No. And the comic, I think the last Spider-Man #1 that I saw, Amazing Tales, was like $3 million.
What?
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. I see like baseball cards are starting to come back too, and
Yeah.
it'd be like it's starting to be a big thing with collectors. You got my generation is starting to look back and like, oh wow, I never had that card. So now they got a little bit of extra money. They actually go out and buy it, and they try to pass that down to their kids, and it's become a big thing again.
Yeah.
which is cool to see.
Yeah, it's. I mean, if you can get a signed, or Jeter's rookie card or any of those, they're still worth money.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm hanging with my buddy Dan Sisti today on EC Radio. We're promoting Woods Fest 3. We are live on Facebook right now. Marshall Rifflord is saying what's up. Got to give a shout out to my boys from Motorlord. Steve Bennett says you're a great player and rock it out, Dan.
Steve.
Thank you, Steve. And got to say hi to Helen Tenuta. Thank you for checking in all the way from Chicago.
Really?
We got our people from Chicago checking in. So
The Windy City, we call it.
one of my favorite cities in the United States. You ever been to Chicago?
I've been through it. That's all.
Oh, it's so much fun there.
I never spent any time there. We drove last year when we couldn't go anywhere. We drove across country.
Did you?
Yeah, and went through Chicago.
Just to get the hell out of the house, huh?
Well, no, we visited my girlfriend's daughter in Montana.
Cool.
She's living out in Montana, so yeah, it was a nice trip.
What's Montana like? I've always wanted to visit Montana.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
Such a big state, too.
Yeah. And, that's the only thing is that if you want to go anywhere, like everything's 2 hours away from wherever you are. There's no day trips,
Yeah. It's not like living in Utica where you can get to Syracuse in 40 minutes.
No.
Get to Buffalo in 3 hours.
And a lot of times, like there's one place I wanted to go, I was like, it's only 23 miles away. But that's by air. You had to drive all the way down around the mountains, and it took an hour and a half to go 20 miles.
But the scenery's got to be gorgeous.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. They had some wild. Are having some wildfire problems out there. I mean, we could smell the smoke where we were, and the fires were hours away.
Yeah, the Canadian wildfires.
Well, there was a lot in Montana. Eastern Montana was Yep.
What part of Montana were you in?
We were in Big Sky.
Big Sky?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
And does the moniker Big Sky fit the title?
It does.
It does?
Yep. And my crazy lady skis from the peak, a lone mountain, Lone Peak. It's like 11,800 feet up. It's like, I didn't even ski from the top of that. You're just crazy. But she has a place out there, so we try to get out once a year. Her daughter's living there, so we try to get out once a year and visit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Our boy Genesee Joe saying hello to us. Hey guys. Hey Joe. Good to hear from you. Hopefully we see you this weekend at Woods Fest.
Oh, he'll be there.
He'll be there? He's going to go hang out?
Sure.
So much great music this weekend, man.
Yep.
I'm really pumped.
We got a killer set put together, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the best of the best of.
How do you pick the set list? Because how many Allman Brothers songs do you guys normally do in like a full day? Like you guys played at the Harp for 3 hours that day. Like who picks out the set list?
I do.
You do?
Yeah. That was the thing. That was my baby. It's all the same guys. My brothers and my brother Gene Vos, and and Joe Malecki on the keyboards. And one thing I wanted everyone from the band to be from Whitesboro. That's where we all grew up. So
That was a prerequisite.
it was. It had to be. Yeah, and Joe was actually the mayor of Whitesboro, so
He was.
that raised his standing a little bit. No, I mean it really depends on. We may do a song, like "Memory of Elizabeth Reed," and it's going to 5 minutes long. The next time we do it, it might be 20. But that's what the Brothers were all about.
Exactly.
They were not a studio band. They put out some decent material from the studio, but they were a live band.
Yeah.
In fact, this year, 50 years, the Live at the Fillmore album came out.
Wow.
1971.
Wow. And recently was the anniversary of the Watkins Glen show.
Oh, yeah.
Recently.
Yeah.
Was like maybe last week?
I think it was like, it was July 28th.
July 28th, so it was a week ago. And I know you were there. What do you remember from that show?
Not much. No, actually, my biggest memory of that show was not from the show. We went down Friday night. It was a Saturday concert, and there was maybe a few hundred people there, maybe 1,000 people. It ended up being 600,000.
Yeah.
But we went down, and the Allman Brothers came out on stage and said they've only got a permit for a one-day concert, but they said we could do a sound check. And their sound check lasted 2.5 hours.
Wow.
And we're like just leaning right up on the stage, just watching these guys playing. But it was, 2 years after Dwayne died. Barry had just died shortly before that.
Oh.
And the previous fall. Yeah. So it was, you could tell there was a pall over the whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
But the music was still great. It was Chuck Level was playing with them. And it was. Well, that is my memory. I get a free show out of the deal.
What's the story now? Was it the Dead or the Allman Brothers? One of them decided to take a percentage of ticket sales, and the other one decided to take a flat fee. And the one that took percentage of the ticket sales, because 600,000 people showed up,
that was the Dead.
The Dead ended up making out. Well, they were smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very smart businessmen.
They also there was like it was the band and the Dead and the Allman Brothers. And then they had a big jam at the end. And everyone to read about it now, they said it was the worst thing. They were all too messed up. Said, apparently there was a recording of it, but it wasn't very good. It was, I don't know where I was at that point.
Everybody was Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
Yes. But on the whole, it was great to be part of that. Mm-hmm. I went to bed Friday night, I guess. And, there was, you had I got up the next day and it was like shoulder to shoulder for as far as you could see. 600,000. There was people abandoning their cars 10, 15 miles down the road.
Insane.
Just leaving them on the highway.
Yeah.
It was nuts. But, pretty much without incident, well, at least for me.
Back then, there wasn't really, and things didn't really get reported back then either.
Well, that's true, too. I do remember seeing a parachute guy come in, and apparently he didn't make it. He got hung up and caught in a tree or something. Yeah, he died.
But they weren't expecting 600,000 people to show up.
No, they thought maybe 10 to 15,000 would be there.
Right.
And they exceeded that a little bit.
Oh my God.
But it was a fun. Back then, who knew?
Yeah. Well, yeah, he just showed up. Did you go to the original Woodstock?
No, I didn't.
No.
I think I was in the hospital then.
Were you?
Yeah. So it was 69, right?
69, yeah.
Yeah, I had a bad 2 years, 69 and 70. I had a sandlot football injury that put me out of commission for a couple of years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But you got catch that Watkins Glen show.
I did.
Do you remember that last jam that they all did together? No, not at all.
No.
Yeah. It's almost 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Close. I think next year would be the 50th anniversary, right? Was it 72 or 73?
73.
73.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so in 2 years it'll be the 50th anniversary. Yeah. And shout out to you guys too, because when we did our very last Trip Fest, we did a tribute to that day where you guys did the Allman Brothers, and we had our Common Roots do the Dead, and then the Crazy Fools doing the band.
Yeah, and everybody killed it that night.
They did. They did. That was a fun night.
Yeah, it was. Then we had a nice little jam at the end there with the guys from our Common Roots.
But you remember that one.
I do. I have a signed poster from that night. Everybody from all three of the bands signed it.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, 50 years from now.
Yeah.
Put that up for auction or something.
I love that.
No, it was cool. It was everybody's really cool about it. And,
Well, Captain Trips is where Les Brers got their start.
that's right. It's the spring of 1996. It was going to be a one-off show. That was it.
Was it?
And here it is, 25 years later.
Just having too much fun and decided to continue?
Yeah, yeah. But Tommy and Vinnie Morial, they took a chance. You know, I didn't have demo material. I didn't have. You know, I go, this is what we do. You know.
Yeah.
He goes, okay.
Well, you guys had name recognition with
Well, yeah,
Justice
there was
McBride, and people know you guys.
Yeah, we did.
Been around forever. You guys are legends in my eyes.
Legends.
Like that's I love when you come in here and we have these conversations. It's like I'm hanging out with greatness.
Legends just means old.
It
Legend
does.
means old. You can't be a young legend, you know. You have to be old to be a legend.
I know it's good to see you guys are really active again, though.
It
Out
is.
there, not only
It's
doing
great.
the Les Brers thing, but with Blarney Rubble as well,
And King Cool too.
and King Cool.
Yeah.
You're still doing that
Still
too,
doing that too.
man.
It started in like 1989. You know, just a knockoff. Just wanted to do a blues show and stuck with it.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, when we do that now, we have the incomparable Tom Townsley on harmonica with us. And, this guy could play with anyone in the world. And he's just, he's a great bandmate, too, you know. But, yeah, if my folks knew that my brothers and I were still playing together after 40-some-odd years, I mean, I have reel-to-reel tapes of us singing when we were like 6, 7 years old, singing some Everly Brothers stuff. Or, you know, my parents were always they didn't like push us into music, but they were the most supportive parents you could ask for.
That's awesome.
You know, yeah, you can rehearse in our cellar. We don't care how bad you are. Yeah. So.
Did you ever get into a fist fight with your brothers on stage?
On stage?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Not Stay to be continued, maybe.
Yeah. No. I mean, yeah, you were brothers, you know.
Yeah. Well, I knew you're going to argue here and there.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, and let's not even maybe if somebody messes up or something like that, you throw a glance or a glare. But I was wondering if you ever got physical with each other.
No.
You guys weren't fighting brothers.
Oh, we were at home, yeah. Just ask the holes in the wall. Yeah. No, but we respect each other still. Musically, it's, you know.
Yeah.
It's and it's been a tough couple of years. You know, Mark had a stroke there. And one time we did play at St. Patrick's Day. He had a mild stroke the next day. It's kind of funny, but. He kept saying that his legs didn't feel right, and he's like balanced. So me and my brother Al, who are the older brothers, you know, being sympathetic, compassionate brothers that we are, we're yelling across the stage, "Hey, stroke boy, what's going on over there?
Oh my God!
What are you having, a stroke?" So then he had a stroke the next day, and it was like, "Oh man, I felt terrible." You know?
Of course you would.
Yeah. Even though it was just Mark. I still felt terrible. So then, I don't know, he got me back. I couldn't get down to see him in the hospital till the next day. So I went down there and I walked in his room and I go, "Oh man, what's going on?" And he goes, I said, "Oh geez." He goes, "I'm just kidding. I had a stroke yesterday." He's like, he wanted me to think he lost all his faculties, all his abilities to speak or do anything. But he's bouncing back. We're back playing again. And that was the big worry, you know.
That's one thing about you Sisti boys. You're resilient.
Resilient, yeah.
Very resilient.
Resilient, repugnant. Some of those words, yeah.
You'll be playing music till you drop. I know you will.
I have no intention of quitting.
All three of you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I just know I still have the passion for it, man. I when it stops, when that goes, I'll go. But I'm not going quietly.
Right, never.
Nah.
You'll be coming in screaming.
That's right. That's right.
With your hollow body.
No, my 65 Gibson SG.
There you go.
I'm celebrating 50 years of that, too.
Wow, you got it back then?
It's 1971. My dad got it for me.
Wow.
He paid $200 for it.
Get out. That was a lot of money back then.
Yeah, it's worth a lot of money right now.
Oh, absolutely.
But the thing is, I mean, you offer me $50,000 for it now. I get no.
Yeah.
My dad's gone.
Right.
That guitar's not going anywhere.
Yeah. It's invaluable.
Yeah, I actually took it out for that Celtic Harp gig.
Uh-huh.
It's been a while since I played it. And still works.
The other thing I love about you guys, too, is you open your doors to other musicians, especially the locals. Like, you had Spencer come up at night and have him come play. And, like, how many times you've let, like, Genesee Joe or whomever come up and just jam out.
We've had, like, George Devaney come up. He'll come in. I said, come on, just play the whole night with us. You know?
Yeah.
That's what you do. That's
exactly.
What, it is. That's what the brothers were about. You know? I've seen them a dozen times and never seen them not share the stage. Huh. Somebody's always coming up and playing with them.
Yeah. What's your favorite lineup you've seen the Allman Brothers with?
The one with Warren Haynes and Derek Trucks.
Yeah, and O'Teal. Yeah.
O'Teal's just sick.
He's a monster.
He's so good.
They're smoking too.
Yeah. So I saw them, I don't know, probably half a dozen times. And as much as I loved Dwayne and the original lineup, musically, the current line, well, not current anymore.
The most recent
to me was the most satisfying. I mean, and at times you look up and it looks like Warren's leading the band, but then you look and Derek's giving the cues, and it's just, I mean, Derek's just, he's an anomaly. He's
really is.
He put his first band together when he was 11 years old. We had tickets to see him last year in Saratoga, and it got canceled. So they moved it to this year, the same date, and it got canceled. Then I see they're playing 3 nights in Lafayette, which is 15 minutes from where I live. And we had tickets for Friday night, and I got the call, you got to play that night. So we got tickets for Sunday night. You got to play that night. So I missed seeing them 4 times in the last 2 years.
How about Allman Betts? Have you seen Allman Betts?
I haven't. No. I know I talked with Jerry Krause after the Stanley. It was right after the Summerfest. Remember Summerfest?
Yeah.
And he said that's the best show he had in there.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
If you get a chance, check out that band. I mean, they're bringing back you even look at Dwayne Betts, and he just looks like his old man.
Yeah, and plays like him.
Yeah, and same thing with Devin too. Even though Devin's playing guitar,
and Barry Jr.
And Barry Jr. Right.
People don't realize what a driving force Barry Sr. was. I mean, he was a lead player playing a bass guitar. Nobody had done that stuff before. He's interweaving with Dwayne and Dickie and playing a third line sometimes, and even the song Little Martha. It's just a simple. Well, you listen to that, and Barry's weaving his line in and out of there too. It's they had that special, that you can't. There's no word for it.
Yeah. What was the first band you got obsessed with?
Allman Brothers.
The Allman Brothers, yeah.
Obsessed, yeah, definitely. I can still remember the first time I heard Dwayne Allman. I was at a friend's house. He always had, he had the big stereo system and all the components. And we had a party at his house. And the song comes on, and I hear this 1, 2, 3, dun. And the first note Dwayne played, I just went, hey, what's that? Who is that? And how is he making that sound? How do you do that? I need to know. And that was it for me. I was an acolyte after that.
You're hooked.
Yeah, I was. And I just went out and got everything he had ever done. I mean, and if you think about it, you look at his resume. I mean, in addition to putting the brothers together, who I think are still had the record for longevity for one band.
Well, ZZ Top.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, probably. You're right.
ZZ Top is.
Yeah. But he also had recorded with Aretha and Clarence Carter and Wilson Pickett and Herbie Mann, the Jazz Flock. He had all this resume. He was only 24 when he died.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. Who does that by the time you're 24?
Wow, amazing.
I couldn't even tune my guitar. So, there are some that'll say I still can't. But no, that was really my first musical obsession. I mean, I had seen, Alice Cooper when he came out, but that stuff never reached me the way Dwayne did.
Gotcha.
And to hear the two guitars, other than Steve Hunter and Dick Wagner, who played Lou Reed's, Sweet Jane intro and all that, never heard two guitarists, on equal footing like that. And at times you're going, hey, which one is that playing there? It was just a perfect match.
Yeah. I was considered them the first wave of jam bands. Between them, the Dead, the band, of course, we mentioned the band before.
Yeah.
They were like the first wave, and then the second wave with like Widespread Panic and Fish and Blue Sugar, Dave Matthews. Then there's the whole jam band genre has had different waves.
Sure.
From the beginning, and now I think they're like the fourth or fifth wave. They're probably their fifth or sixth by now because there's a lot of up and comers coming up.
I haven't always liked it. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I was not a big fan of the Dead.
No.
No, it's I don't know what it was. Not enough structure. I mean, the brothers mixed that. The songs were structured, and you knew, this verse, chorus, solo, this. But then, at times they would just take off. And I mean, look at Mountain Jam. The Mountain Jam version that's on the Eat a Peach.
Yeah.
Takes up two sides of, two album sides.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't even realize that was the same show that they recorded the Live at the Fillmore. It was all the same show.
Wow.
And that Mountain Jam, that's exactly what it's like. An hour of just, let's do this now. And then, at the end they'll go into, will the circle be unbroken? Or it's just, that stuff got to me. So you can be that spontaneous and yet that spot on, because, you go back to some of the old, I have a lot of old bootlegs. And he goes, a couple times you go, they're going to lose it here. There's no way they're going to get it back. But they managed to.
Yeah. I'd be confused playing in a jam band. I would get so lost. Like, where do we go? I forgot where we were playing. I would be so lost. I told that to Al Schneer from Mo a bunch of times. I would be confused, or just like my ADD would kick in and be like, all right, let's get to the next one.
No, that's true, because, playing like, a song, start to finish, and without varying it, I have to, if I actually have to, like, think about what I'm playing, I'm lost.
Right.
It's muscle memory.
Exactly.
It's all muscle memory.
Exactly, man. Now, throughout COVID, right, and you weren't really, were you picking up the guitar? Were you fiddling around?
Was, yeah.
Oh, you were? Okay, so the muscle memory comes right back, though, right? When you get in that room with your brothers, you start rehearsing for gigs and whatnot. So does that muscle memory kick right in, or does it take a little bit?
What's that word?
Recalibrate?
Rehearsing?
Rehearsal? Do you guys rehearse?
It's a foreign concept. No, we do occasionally, but I don't know. And that's all on me. I just don't like doing it.
You're not a rehearsal guy? Are the other brothers in the rehearsal?
Yeah.
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 You're just like, well, I'll get there. But is that muscle memory
goes
right back to where it was?
Definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah. But see, I had my thumb rebuilt. Well, actually, both of them now. So I've had to kind of relearn to play. There's just certain things that I used to be able to do that I can't do anymore.
Yeah.
I play without a pick a lot more now because I can't hold on to one.
Okay. So you just strumming with your fingers?
Yeah, just kind of.
Yeah, picking?
I'm not a finger picker by any stretch of the imagination, but I can use one thumb and one finger, sometimes two if I get bold.
Was it hard to make that adjustment?
Yeah, it was. Well, in a way it was. When I started playing slide guitar, Dwayne used his index finger and his thumb, so that's how I had to do it.
Uh-huh.
He played open E tuning, that's how I had to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I could at least do, because the thing is, I'm hopelessly left-handed. My right hand is useless. I'm lucky I can get these two digits to cooperate. I'm not very good with my right hand.
Yeah, but you've been doing it for so long, it just kicks right back in. It's like riding a bike.
It really is.
Yeah.
But I'm still trying to learn different things. I don't want to rest on my laurels, I guess.
Mm-hmm. You're going to hear the great sounds of Les Brers this weekend at Woods Fest 3. It's going down on Balkville. It's Route 20 to Cider House Campgrounds.
Yep.
Which is it's pretty much right in town.
It is.
It's right in town.
Yep.
A lot of great music. What's the website? WoodsFestMusic.com.
Let me check my notes.
Yeah,
Woodsfest. Yeah, Woodsfest has a website.
Yeah, woodsfestmusic.com. You can go online and check it out.
Yeah.
The lineup is there, all the ticket information, vendors, the sponsors.
Right.
There's a pre-party tomorrow.
Starting at 7. Yep.
7 o'clock with Copper Vein Clones and Cosmic
and Ted, yep.
So that should be interesting.
Yeah. And then Saturday, gates open at 10.
Mm-hmm.
And there will be signs directing you to the campsites. There's one section set aside for tent camping, and one side, that they actually have RV setups there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's going to be a great time.
It really is, man.
If it's anything like the last two,
yeah,
they're going to do it.
The last one was off the charts. It was so much fun last time they did Woods Fest.
Who's the guy? The father and the two young sons. One kid.
Oh, Substance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those guys were phenomenal.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I couldn't get out of there.
They're an amazing band. Yeah, that's right. They played right after you guys.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a lot of fun. But shout out.
They have the two stages there, so there's no lull. There's no wait and a half hour for the next
no dead
band.
air.
No, they go right. It was seamless last year. One stop. The other one started right there.
Yeah.
They do it well.
It's going to be exciting. Plenty of tickets still available. Just go, hang out, see some great music, and rock out. All your friends. There's going to be beer there, too, and there's some vendors and a lot of good stuff. And shout out to Tim Woods, man, for keeping the dream alive and waving the flag and still doing it.
He could have easily just folded the tents.
He really could have.
No, we got too much going on.
And also, we got to give 315music.com a big shout out. Mike Coley and the boys over there. Yep. They're doing a fantastic job of waving the flag for the local music scene. So, and I know they're heavily involved with this lineup and what they're doing this weekend. So, big shout out to Coley. And
I know a lot of the proceeds are going to go to help rebuild Westernville. We have other friends. Billy Carmen. Billy lives in Westernville.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and it's just, if it happened to you or me, with these guys. Yeah, of course they would.
Absolutely. That's what I love about this community. It's a very giving community. Yeah. And they're very quick to lend a helping hand.
Yeah.
And, in the times of need, people are there and will always have your back in the 315.
Right. And, like the rest of it, it was Mark's notion to just donate back. And I said, that's a great idea. Not a moment's hesitation.
Shout out to you guys. Get a bell. That's awesome. That is super
everybody
cool,
in the band said yes. That's the right thing to do.
So you're giving back what you're gonna get paid for that day to the cause, which is super cool, you guys, man.
It's the right thing.
It is. It is. I applaud you.
But I'm looking forward to just playing and having a great time.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great time.
It is.
Thank you so much, Dan. I know we got cut a little bit short. You got your dog being walked out there. You brought the dog. You're like, Buddy, bring him in, and then Buddy
the wonder dog.
Buddy went for a walk around the neighborhood. I'm like, do not go up the street.
Don't go around the neighborhood.
Here. Stay up here.
Keep it linear. Don't go around the neighborhood.
Other shows you want to plug? You got Les Brers shows or Black?
We do.
Rebel.
Les Brers. We've got August 20th, another Celtic harp show.
Oh, cool.
Outdoor starts at 6. Even old people like me can make it.
Yeah.
Then we have a show tentatively scheduled at Lucan's for September 17th. Blarney Rebel, we're going back to Piggy Pat's, our home away from home, on the 13th. So that'll be a week from tomorrow. And there's. You can follow our website. I don't have a website for Les Brers, but we got a Facebook page.
Yep.
And I'd like to share the information. But, looking forward to going down and seeing Tom Powers and doing another show at the Celtic Harp.
A lot of fun. Great stage.
Yeah, he's another one who really supports live music.
Yep.
And then, Yeah, I want to say September 17th is the tentative date at Lucan's, and I'm pretty sure that's going to happen.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Keep busy, man. I love seeing you guys out there.
All right.
And I'm sure I'll see you at one of those harp shows or Lucan's or one of the two.
Sounds good, brother.
Awesome, Dan. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate the time. Also, don't forget about Woods Fest coming up this weekend over in Bowkville. It's right on Route 20, the Cider House Campground.
You got it.
Go check it out. A lot of great music. I'm going to be up there introducing some bands. So come hang out with me. Come listen to some great music and just chill. We all need it. We all need live music in our soul, man.
And thank you for this. See, this show.
I'm not done with you yet, pal. If we didn't have to get out of here, we'd be here for another 2.5 hours, you and I.
But I think this shows how much you support the local music scene as well, because. I know you were sleeping when I came in, and you wanted to get that nap in.
It's been a full day around here, that's for sure. I've been here since 8 o'clock this morning, and I still have to be here for another couple hours too. But it's all good because I love it.
Yes,
I love being here. I love doing what I do,
and we love watching too. You get some, not me, but you get some really interesting people on here. I love hearing some of them. Stories they have to tell. And
my friend, you're on that list.
Okay.
You're on that list.
All right. We'll come back anytime, bud.
Absolutely. Please, we need to go. If you got anything, please. I always tell the bands to please use my platform. It's what it's for. It's to promote yourself. If you got a business you want to promote, or a show, or a gig, or an art exhibit, any of that stuff, I tell anybody, please use my platform. You can always message me on Facebook or reach out to me on Gmail or however, slide in my DMs, as the kids say. However you got to get a hold of me, I'm very accessible.
All right, man.
Very accessible. Shout out to EJA Moving Services, Joey's at 307, Utica Coffee, my attorney Dave Longaretta, Saranac Brewery. Got to thank Ballsy for the new shirt. We'll get you some ball wash, bro.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Hygiene for your groin area.
TMI.
Dan, I got the freshest smelling balls in Central New York, I want to tell you.
I'm going to take your word for that.
Forest fresh.
Yeah, I'm going to take your word for that one.
Go to ballwash.com, type in promo code members only for 15% discount. Tell them your friends from the D. And also shout out to Billy the Liquor Guy, Under Too Long. It's a great book over there on Amazon. Buy it. It's a great story about infiltrating biker gangs and drugs and untaxed cigarettes and buying bombs, and it's an amazing book. So Under Too Long by Billy the Liquor Guy. Go check it out wherever you get your books. Dan Sisti, thanks so much, man.
Thank you, bud.
We'll see you at Woods Fest this weekend.
All right.
Later.
Right.